us, including my humble self standing here, all the politicians in northern Nigeria in the last 15 years, we should be held accountable to what is happening in northern Nigeria in terms of poverty, unemployment, lack of education, lack of security. As of 2016, some of us that live here in Kaduna, and Northwest in particular, were not aware of anything called banditry, kidnappings, or insurgency. If there's anybody here who is aware of that, can also attest to the fact that as of 2016, not 2019, 16, there was nothing like kidnappings even in Benogwari. I can tell you that for a fact. What went wrong?
Come, let me tell you the major problem of Nigeria. The major problem of Nigeria is northern part of the country. Northern Nigeria are the major problem of Nigeria. If you want to see conflict, northern Nigeria. Rape, northern Nigeria. Refugees, northern Nigeria. Thieves. In fact, if you want to see thieves stealing on an industrial scale, come to northern Nigeria. Thieves fully engaged in primitive accumulation, come to northern Nigeria. In fact, I am from northern Nigeria. I am proud to be an indigenous of Borno State. I am from Borno State. I am proud to be an indigenous of Borno State, from the northern part of the country. But I want to tell you that the major problem of this country is northern part of the country. These are people, if you want to see hatred, if you want to see conflict, if you want to see nepotism, cronyism, any other thing you can label. In fact, northern, if you carve out southern part of the country from Nigeria and give it 10 years, they are going to be recognized among community of nations because of the development they will have. 70% of the people who govern this country are from the northern part of the country. But if you want to see hunger, starvation, and any other thing, it's from the north. Why? We are the major problem. But our people doesn't want us to be speaking the truth. And that is why we continue to somersault in this kind of issue.
We have had a northern president from Katsina for 8 years. Before he came, we did not have a single IDP. All our local governments were safe. Now Katsina State, 22 out of 34 local governments. That is 65% of Katsina. It's under siege. Borno State is more secure and safer than Katsina. That we had a president who is from there. That is the failing of us northerners. We need to look at ourselves. And now here we are. We have a leadership. We have a vice president number 2 who is from the north. We have a speaker of the house who is number 4 who is from the north. We have an SGF who is from the north. We have the senior most military officer who is from the north. We have all the ministers of defense from the north. We have the minister of police from the north. We have the national security advisor from the north. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will look at us and say, you guys have no excuse not to bring peace to your land. So it is up to us to look at ourselves in the mirror, we northerners, especially those in government, and lock the door and say, people, how do we take care of these problems? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the southwest cannot come and bring peace to us. It is us that must bring peace to ourselves. And it is not the military that will bring peace. I've said it again and again, banditry can never be won on the battlefield. We're just putting the military to clean up after this mess. They're everywhere. So northern leadership, all of us, must come in, lock the door and sit down and see how we can bring peace to our land. 15 years of Boko Haram, 9 years of banditry. Are we going to continue this forever? I have friends in the United States calling me and say, did you see the primary school where these kids were taken? Blown roof, nothing there. Well, this is the leadership of the North that fuels all of this. And we're looking elsewhere, we are blaming somebody else. No. Leaders of the North, those in government and out of government, it's time for us to look ourselves in the face and say, we have failed our people, we need to do better. The military cannot bring peace to ourselves. None. We must all get involved and stop this nonsense, this Boko Haram, this banditry.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to be rude to anybody, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, and I don't want to insult anybody. What I'm saying is that is the real truth. The real problem of Nigeria, are northerners. Northerners, Fulani, Hausa are the problem of Nigeria. They don't want our Nigerian progress. If they are not the one in power, then nobody can do it. It's only them that can do it. If you say you deprive Igbo people from having what is supposed to be theirs, allow them to go for their Biafra. If you say Yoruba people are not competent, they cannot rule Nigeria, allow them to go. Then we, the Northerners, should just stay and rule ourselves.
Mo kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú eléyìí mo kí wa pé a kú déédé àsìkò yìí àsìkò bójú ọjọ́ ti rí ẹni odò wíwò ló ti rí ọ̀dọ̀ tí ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ káàsán ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ ẹ kálẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ náà lè tò tá a gbé dé lóòrọ̀ yìí ìwọ̀n bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí tẹ́ wo fídíò àná mú kí yín pẹ́ ṣe o Yorùbá ń tanra wa wà láàmú fọlọ́bùra irọ́ là ń pa. Yorùbá ń jà ìjà méjì, ìjà ẹ̀sìn àti ìjà pàápàá jùlọ ìjà ẹ̀sìn ló pọ̀ jù. 90% àwọn tán láwọn jà fún Yorùbá ní ṣọ̀gbọ́n fọlọ́gbúra ìjà ẹ̀sìn ni wọ́n jà, ìjà torí hatred tí wọ́n ní sí Tinubu ni wọ́n jà, ìjà pé wọn ò fẹ́ kí Muslim kó dépò ni wọ́n jà. Àwọn kan hate Tinubu torí Muslim ticket kì í ṣe torí pé ó ga àríjẹjẹ àríkíní kan ó ti pọ̀ ó ti clear sí mi báyìí. Tí kì bá ṣe kó kúrò ní Yorùbá aláfẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation, àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó lè mú unity wá bá wa Yorùbá, ohun tó yẹ káwa Yorùbá ṣe as a matter of urgency. People refuse to watch it. They refuse to watch it. Ebi tí mo lánàá mi dẹ̀ kí ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe fídíò tí mo ṣe lánàá ẹ̀ because I don't care. Less than 2,000 ló wo fídíò tí mo ṣe lánàá, less than 2,000, 1,000 aside bíi 12 láwọn lè ní sìn 1,700 views. Torí pé mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti pè wá ṣàkíyèsí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Tó bá jẹ́ pọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tí mo sọ, tó bá jẹ́ pé mo fi kí n kúkú rọ́kan kí n dọ́nu fún wa àárí 25,000 views àárí 50,000 views inú wa dùn. Bọ̀ kí ló dé tára àwọn èèyàn kò tọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ náà? Why? It doesn't move me, but they stop me from saying the truth, and I will continue saying the truth until the truth prevails. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n já wa sí i. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí problem méjì ní Yorùbá wà nínú ẹ̀, agbede méjì là wà. Àwọn náà ti prepare fún wa, àwọn náà ti prepare fún wa, àwọn East ti prepare láti gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn náà ti prepare láti gbalẹ̀ wa, àwọn East ti prepare láti gbalẹ̀ wa, àwa tí aláìnílàákàyè Yorùbá tí àwọn méjèèjì wá plan fún yìí, àwa náà wá tó support wọn. Òṣì tí Yorùbá ṣe títí láyé Awólọ́wọ̀ ó látúnra wọlé yìí o. Òṣì tán ṣe títí láyé Awólọ́wọ̀ tí Yorùbá fi develop in a retrogressive way. Tó fi jẹ́ pé 1 million miles la fi retrogress. Kódà ayé Awólọ́wọ̀ ní kọ́kọ́. Ayé Awólọ́wọ̀ náà láti lè pé torí ayé Awólọ́wọ̀ ní bàbá Ògúndé ti kọ́ ní Yorùbá ronú. Játijàti tí Yorùbá ṣe ń gbà yẹn, ọ̀tẹ̀tẹ̀ bẹ̀lẹ̀kún tí Yorùbá ṣe ń gbà yẹn, àdánìkànjẹ mọ́tálẹ́ní nìkan tí Yorùbá ṣe ń gbà yẹn, tán fi balẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́, tí ohun gbogbo wà láwọn lọ́wọ́ fi yọ, ó ní Yorùbá fúnra wọlé yìí o. Torí pé kò ń ṣe Christian àbí kò ń ṣe lẹ́bọ, ó gbé Muslim bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wá gbé wá kí ló wá fi dà? Ṣọ́ ti wá gba wọ́n ti gba gbogbo Nàìjíríà, Muslim ti gba gbogbo Nàìjíríà. Because mo mọ̀ pé kò sí reason káfí lè hate Tinubu tó tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Because I spoke about Tinubu 1,700 viewers. Èmi ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ báwọn èèyàn ní òkú. mo mọ̀ fáwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Tinubu náà máa wò bẹ́ẹ̀ 90% àwọn tó wọṣẹ́ yẹn they are Christians. Àwọn Christians kan wà tó jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run dá wọn pé wọ́n ní làákàyè wọ́n mọ tó ń ṣe. They don't care about religion. Ìjà wọn tí wọ́n jà torí ìfẹ́ tán ní sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la rí olórí ibú mi náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Muslim tó jẹ́ pé tí ò bá ti ń ṣe Muslim báyìí wọn ò fẹ́ gbọ́ kankan pa ẹ̀. They don't want to have anything doing with him, forgetting that àti Muslim àti ẹlẹ́bọ làwọn tí wọ́n ní Mẹ̀dínà tánàbí ti gbé tó tún pé gun ọjọ́ pé kan náà gbogbo wa o àjọ máa ṣe pọ̀ ní o ó dẹ̀ fún wọn lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ oníkálukú. Kí la fẹ́ fìdí ẹ̀sìn ṣe? Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà dẹ̀ la rí Mùsùlùmí torí ẹ̀ pé ní irú èmi ò kí ẹ̀sìn sí tó kàn mí ò bá jẹ́ Christian tí bá sátìrí pé lè nífẹ̀ẹ́ lẹ̀ Yorùbá ó dẹ̀ máa ṣe dáadáa fọmọ Yorùbá ó sọpọ́tì olóṣèlú láàrin mi àti Yayi. I don't know Yayi from Adam till now. I have never seen him, but for the fact gbogbo nǹkan tí mo rí pé òdodo lélẹ̀ ìgbé dání mi ò kí ẹ̀ nípa ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀ kò sí tó kàn mí. Kódà kó mú Christian ní deputy máa ṣe polongo ẹ̀ títí ni pé ẹ jẹ́ kí máa yẹ wọlé because ó ní nǹkan tó máa benefit Ogun State lọ́wọ́. Benefit yẹn gbọ̀ngàn ló kọ yẹn mi. Kí ni ọmọ ìlú máa jẹ lára wọn? Kí ni a ṣe máa jẹ́ èèyàn àwa youth? Kí ni ìlú yẹn ṣe máa dáa? Kí làwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ríṣẹ́ ṣe? Kò sí tó kàn mí pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn, I don't care. Mo ráwọn tó sọ fún mi pé wáyé lè sọ pé wọn náà lè máa bá wa kọ́ọ̀lù pé Muslim must rule tí Mùsùlùmí ti ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ gbọ́ kí la mú bọ̀. Ìtàwọn Christian ti ṣe ń lọ kí náà mú bọ̀. Kò sí tó kàn wá pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn, ìbáàmù Muslim ìbáàmù ẹlẹ́bọ àtẹlẹ́bọ, ìbáàmù pégánpégán, ìbáàmù oníṣẹ̀ṣe àti oníṣẹ̀ṣe, I am less concerned. So ṣáà ní tá a fẹ́ lọ́wọ́? Do you have the intellectual? Can you deliver? I am with you. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe yẹ kó rí fún gbogbo Yorùbá nìyẹn. Mo wá rí clearly pé irọ́ ni àwọn tó ń pariwo Yorùbá nation ń pa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. They don't love that Yorùbá nation. Nísìnyí gbà tó bá jọ́rọ̀ Òbí ni mo sọ lánàá bóyá màá ní 200,000 views. Ká ní mo sọ̀rọ̀ pé kó Yorùbá Òbí ni ẹja dìbò fún tàbí kí ní Kwankwaso tàbí kí n sọ pé Àtíkù bóyá 200,000 views ní mi bá rí. Ṣé ẹni kó ní Yorùbá ó pè? Torí 99% àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé mi Yorùbá ni wọ́n. Why are you people now against me? Torí pé mò ń pè wá sákíyèsí pé Yorùbá wa ní kẹjá dúró tì. But because of the hatred tí 90% àwọn tó ń wò mí ní sí Tinubu, because I have spoken about Tinubu now, they started hating me. Tí bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu báyìí ìbínú dé wọ́n kàn máa kórìíra mi ìdẹ̀kí ẹ̀. Kódà mi mọ̀ pé èèyàn kórìíra mi. Òtítọ́ tèmi gbé dání ò jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé ẹnikẹ́ni kórìíra mi. Kò jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé ẹnikẹ́ni bínú. Kò tí ẹ̀ jẹ́ kí n rí wọn rárá. Ẹ máa wo ìtàtúnṣe lọ́wọ́ yìí. Bóyá yẹn ò tiẹ̀ ní wọ fún, bóyá kò ní wọ 1,000, bóyá 500 ló máa wọ̀. Mi kí ẹ̀ wọ́n bá àwọn tó bá gbọ́ yẹn. Wàṣàwàṣà kọ́ lè yàn ọ̀pọ̀ kọ́ lè yàn àfa. Bó jẹ méjì ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan kó sá ti lè fi jẹ mọ́sà. Kò ń ṣe dandan kẹ́ ẹ pọ̀. The little tó bá wò mí tí n bá disseminate information yẹn fún ẹ jẹ́ káwọn the little yẹn náà pass information yẹn káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. I will give you practical example. Àwọn write-ups kan jáde. Èyí tí wọ́n ṣe kù ní 2023 tá a bá pariwo ní 2023 ni Yíbò ní bá máa rúlu Lagos State lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú pressure táwọn Yíbò mount sí Lagos State. Yíbò ní ò bá máa rúlu Lagos State lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ business hub gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, and they will have transferred 90% of Yorùbá commerce and industry to Igbo land. Ariwo tí mo bá gbà yẹn fídíò tí mo ṣe ń gbà yẹn bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe takù wọ́n ṣe takù mi wọ́n ṣe hate mi rè, but I waited, I stayed by the truth that àfi kí Yorùbá padà sípò yẹn o. Igbo Rodas 5 man ẹni Yorùbá ni èèyàn jẹ́ Rodas 5 káwọn tiẹ̀ lè dorúkọ tó hùn, but it doesn't have any trace of Yorùbá. Kódà kò lè sọ Yorùbá lẹ́nu, and you are proving it to me that ọmọ Yorùbá ni èkó náà bí sí wọ́n bí ìyànṣẹ́ kókó lè gbọ́ Yorùbá. Igbo tó gbé Lagos State ó gbọ́ Yorùbá fluently àìmọye wọn tí mo ní lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ tó yẹ pé tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá sọ fún wọn pé Igbo ni ẹ lè mọ̀ kódà wọn máa pòwe. The best student nígbà tẹ́mi ṣetán best student in my secondary school ní secondary school wọ́n máa ṣe prize giving day Igbo ti gba best student in Yorùbá rí ní school mi ní secondary school mi Igbo but láyé tó bá sọ fún pé Igbo ni sọ́ọ̀nù ẹ̀mẹ́lẹ̀ máa mọ̀ pé Igbo ni ká tó wá sọ pé èèyàn wá gbé kò wọ́n kílèmù pé that's why from Lagos State ní ibẹ̀ náà bí sí ibẹ̀ ló ti dàgbà kàn lọ gbélé Igbo lọ́dọ̀ yẹ kí ní kò mú accept but why can't him speak Igbo Yorùbá because he has a threat for that language gbogbo àwọn Biafra lọ kóra wọn wá sí lẹ́yìn apariwo tá pàgbà yẹn Yorùbá still retain that Lagos State ọdún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ́ wá ní ìtọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́tẹ̀ yìí times 10 ẹ̀ lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́tẹ̀ yìí má ka fún wa gbọ́ a máa ka gbogbo ẹ̀ bó bá wa kó wa ká lè mọ̀ pé tí Yorùbá ò bá ṣọ́ra we begin to have not problems Yorùbá landers we now begin to have problems now ìkan lára ọ̀ràn tí mo nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń dábọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ o ṣẹ́rí if we fail to see the light if we fail to see the truth all in the name of hatred nígbà tí náà yẹn bá kú tí kò tó tá a dá sí ojú Yorùbá wa mọ́ àwa máa gbọ́ wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún wa àgbọ́ ni o ẹ fún Igbo láyè dáadáa ẹ túbọ̀ jẹ́ kán wọ̀ wá lára dáadáa mi ò ní kẹ́ bá dìbò fóbi mi ní kẹ́ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ òbí o mi ní yé sọ o kódà kó ṣe 100 lówó fi fídíò ìyàmọ́ òkè kí n sáà ti disseminate information to be disseminate káfí tí ara wa gbọ́ wípé there is fire on the mountain we have to run and run. wọ́n pe ẹnìkan ní ọba ọjọ́tọ̀ ọmọ Igbo ni olólórí gbogbo Igbo president general Igbo ní Lagos State géèmù tó fẹ́ play ní kò sìn tó fẹ́ play ó fẹ́ ju ti 2023 lọ tó fẹ́ play ni máa yẹn ti ń pe gbogbo Igbo pàápàá tó wà Lagos State kódà ó sọ débi wípé àwọn tí wọ́n wà nílùú mi tó bá fẹ́ transfer PVC wọn sí Lagos State kàn ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kékeré àwọn tó mobilize wọn ara wọn wọlé ní 2023 this time around trailer ni wọ́n máa fi ra wọlé this time ṣáàṣọ kórìíwọ̀ òpélé Yorùbá ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ continue mo fọlọ́ búra irọ́ everybody pápá fẹ́ Yorùbá nation bá bala irọ́ ni ó ti clear sí mi sí pé hatred ò ní jẹ́ kí Yorùbá mú fúlọ anywhere ọ̀tẹ̀ tẹ̀bẹ̀lẹ̀kùn hatred yẹn tá a bá ṣọ́ra lọ́mọ ìkókó bá wa ó ti ń kó bá a bọ̀ látàyè Awólọ́wọ̀ ìbá má jẹ hatred ìbá má jẹ ọ̀tẹ̀ ìbá má jẹ adánìkànjẹ ìbá má jẹ olè ìwà wọ́ra kí lẹ́sẹ̀ làkíntọ́lá wa lọ nọ́ọ̀tì tó lọ ń gbé pátì nọ́ọ̀tì wà ní ṣe bọ́ọ̀ náà làwa náà bá bọ̀ yìí Yorùbá fi Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ wọn lẹ̀ wọ́n lọ ń pe òbí wá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa dìbò fẹ́ di sínsìn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá táwọn ọmọ Yíbò gan reject ẹ̀ research tí mo rí lánàá yìí ti fi hàn mí pé people don't like the idea of Tinubu Yorùbá don't want him at all àánú wa ṣe ní tèmi sọ Ọlọ́run á fẹ́ mú Yorùbá lóòótọ́ òbí á wọlé pẹ̀lú pampaso Yorùbá wa dámọ̀ máa kú àmì tí máa káwọ́ sí tí máa máa ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹ́yẹ́ ní máa máa fi Yorùbá ṣe yẹ́yẹ́ ní máa máa fi yín ṣe yẹ́yẹ́. Me, I will not stop saying the truth. Result àná yẹn òjò mi lójú mo ti mọ̀ the same thing you people did 2023. tó bá tásìkò ògbò báyìí wọn ò fẹ́ kán sọ̀rọ̀ bí ẹ sá máa sọ̀rọ̀ òbí nìkan tó bá mú ẹ wá lánàá yẹn kí n máa pọ́bì lé kí n máa sọ̀rọ̀ bóyá 50 something thousand 100,000 views ní ìgbà nílé mi Yorùbá dẹ̀ ló máa wù mí Yorùbá wọn náà mo kì í gbá pèlè yẹ kó ṣàṣọ dá 70% àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé mi ní gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣojú yín 30% tó kù làwa ti sìn tá a ṣe dé tó ń tẹ̀lé mi ní 100% tó ń tẹ̀lé mi 70% làwọn tí tó ń jẹ́ aged gbogbo ẹni bá ti pé 70 something years láyé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé Awólọ́wọ̀ àtẹ́sàlẹ̀ Akíntọ́lá ṣojú ẹ̀ verify pé 70 and above. Kí ló wá dé tẹ̀ fi yẹn gbọ́ngbọ́n? Kí ló dé ta tún ṣe lọ ní the same direction? Mo fọlọ́ múra kò ní jọ mí lójú rárá. Tí Òbí bá tó win nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, I will not be surprised. Because ó ti hàn báyìí pé irọ́ là ń pa. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ Yorùbá nation ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ̀ support Òbí òpùrọ́ ní ẹ̀fẹ́ Yorùbá nation. Láìkí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá òṣèlú lẹ́ẹ̀dọ́gbọ́n ṣe rọ́ ni. You don't like Yorùbá, you don't like Yorùbá state. Òṣèlú lẹ fi ń ṣe Yorùbá nation yìí torí pé hate Tinubu lẹ ṣe pariwo ká pín. Torí Tinubu gan lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣe fọwọ́ sí pé ká pín. Torí Buhari tó wà ń bẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ ló ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ 2021. Nísìnyí tó tún jẹ́ Muslim ló tún bọ́ síbẹ̀ tó jẹ́ Tinubu dé 380 again. Bẹ̀ká lóbi ni mò ń pariwo. Ask some people, why are you supporting Obi? Some people will tell you because he's a Christian. They have no reason. Even at the detriment of your race, Yoruba race. Why? Kí ló dé tá a lè ronú? Géèmù tó fẹ́ gbá ní ilẹ̀ Yíbo Lagos State. Ọba Ọjọ́tọ̀ to Igbo community in Lagos. Register now. Gbogbo ló bá wípé lọ register PVC yẹn yìí tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí register. Go and register. Because war is coming in Lagos State. Because we have planned that we're going to execute in 2027. Register now. Your PVC is your power in 2027. The president of Igbo Lagos State, High Chief Leo Okafor, popularly known as Oba Ojoto, has called on all Igbo residents across Lagos to seize the final opportunity to register for their permanent voters card (PVC) ahead of 2027 general elections. In a statement released following INEC's announcement of the third and final phase of the continuous voter registration CVR, Oba Ojoto described the exercise as a sacred civic duty, not a political favour. This is our moment. This is our moment. This is our voice. INEC has opened the door for the last time before 2027. Oba Ojoto said, if you are 18 and above, if you meet the earlier phases, if you lost your PVC, or if you need to transfer your registration, go and transfer it from Igbo land. Transfer Seko, because bomb is coming. If you need to transfer your registration, go and transfer it from Ile Igbo and people, because we have a plan. If you need to transfer your registration, now is the time to act. Silence is no strength. Your PVC is your strength. Lagos is home. Lagos is home. Our vote must count here in Lagos. The president emphasized that Igbo are not visitors in Lagos. The Igbo are not visitors in Lagos. We live here in Lagos. We trade here in Lagos. We raise family here in Lagos. We pay taxes here in Lagos. Therefore, our participation in Lagos politics must match our contribution to its economy. We cannot continue to build Lagos with our sweat and remain invisible at the ballot. The 2027 election will shape the next 4 years of our governance, infrastructure, and representations. Igbo must be on that table. One registration, many protections. Oba Ojoto urged Igbo youth, traders, artisans, professionals, and students to mobilize family and neighbors to register at the INEC state or local government offices or online via CVL inecnigeria.org. He also called on registered voters to update their biodata and replace damaged or lost PVCs before the 10th of July 2026 deadline. Unity begins with participation. After years of crisis with our own ranks, Ohanis Edigbo Lagos is rebuilding on the foundations of unity and responsibility. He added, registration is the first act of that unity. When we register, we protect our future. When we vote, we defend our dignity. The final word from Obajoto to every Igbo man and women in Lagos: do not wait, do not delegate, do not doubt. The 2027 election will not ask where you come from. It will ask if you are registered. Let us answer with our PVCs. Sylvia final phase, 11th May to 10th July 2026. Your PVC is your power. Use it, protect it, vote with it. Sign, Office of the President, Ohanese Ndigbo, Lagos State. Ṣé first mobilization, ma tún kà mí fún wa. For you to know that we are in for it in Lagos State. Lagos State ni kan wá kọ́. Ẹ̀yin náà wò káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. They have plan and they are coming bigly. Ẹ jókòó síbẹ̀, ẹ máa ṣọ̀tẹ̀. Ẹ jókòó síbẹ̀, ẹ máa promote a trade. Ẹ jókòó síbẹ̀, ẹ máa sọ tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀, kọ́ máa sọ sí ilé tí kẹ́yìn náà máa gbọ́. Me, I will continue saying the truth. But when the last minute rush ni mo ń ṣe, bóyá agẹ́rẹ́ tó máa nílà káyì, tó máa lè ronú pìwàdà nínú gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ kórìíra wa, tẹ́ ẹ kórìíra Tinubu, tẹ́ ẹ kórìíra ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tẹ́ ẹ rò pé nífẹ̀ẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Bóyá agẹ́rẹ́ tó máa ronú pìwàdà nù yín pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni ó dáa ká ṣe U-turn. Àwa nìkan ṣo láàrin two tribes. Àwọn náà ti náà plan tiwọn o, wọ́n plan tiwọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, máa kà yẹn náà fún wa. For us to know that Yorubas, we are not safe. Why Yoruba land? Why to fi dọ́dọ̀ why? Máa sọ reason fún wa. Ìtàn ògbàgbé ni. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ìmọ̀ táwọn lọ́wọ́ ṣe in the late 50s to early 60s. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ó ti fi hàn wọ́n pé Western region ló ṣe fi ṣeré. Àfi káwọn ọmọ báwọn ṣe máa claim ẹ̀ mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. Why tẹ́ fi rò pé wọ́n fẹ́ kí Yorùbá dá dúró? Because they knew it. That dúró jọ sí, we emerged as the best among the rest. We were the best among the whole regions in whole Nigeria, even if not the whole Africa. The first TV stations, good debt services, the best radio stations, the first, we came first in all. It got to a stage we started borrowing Nigerian money. We started borrowing them money. We're borrowing them, we're giving them money to sustain at the center our Western region. So one magbara to one Western region, they are now planning to collect it from us. Fulani want to collect it, Igbos want to collect it. They will now be claiming our business hub, our commercial center. They will always be claiming it that it belongs to nobody. Lagos is a no man's land. Says who? About tí wọ́n tó jẹ́ business hub tí wọ́n. Have you ever seen Yoruba saying it is not a no man's land? We build Lagos with who? Says who? With which money? You make your money in Lagos, you must pay your tax in Lagos. Ṣé abúlé wọn náà ti ń pawó tán pa wá ni? Ṣé bí èkó náà ti ń ṣe business? If Lagos State does not provide conducive environment for them, would they have sat there and make money there? So they must pay tax because they are paying tax that they are not claiming they are building Lagos State. Our governors tó wà Lagos State, wọ́n ṣe dé Lagos State, no build Lagos State. If you are paying tax, does that mean you àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n gbé lóyìnbó kiri ṣé wọ́n san tax? Kí ló dé tó àwọn pariwo fún àwọn làwọn build America, àwọn làwọn build UK, àwọn làwọn build Japan, àwọn aráàlú yóò build ìlú wọn jẹ́jẹ́. Àbí wọ́n ní building projects tí wọ́n ní structural plans fún ìlú yẹn. Why are Nigerians not shouting? UK US ló yẹ pé tó bá ọmọ ìjókòó báyìí máa san tax kó jókòó. Mọ́ tutọ́ wá sọ owó pọ́n tutọ́ tax wà ń bẹ̀, mọ́jú tax wà ń bẹ̀, oṣù sleeping tax gbogbo ẹ̀ tax ni lọ́ fi ń pa wọ́n UK US. Wọ́n dẹ̀ pariwo báwọn làwọn build àwọn countries ẹ̀. Why are you people now shouting like we built Lagos? We build Lagos, our Lagos must not be in vain in Lagos. Our voice must be heard. Níbo? Did you people allow other tribes to hear their voice in your states? Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó gbé àpótí náà Anambra kó wá sọ fún wa. Àbọ̀mọ Yorùbá tó gbé àpótí l'Enugu kó wá sọ fún wa. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó gbé àpótí gọ́fúnà ní ilẹ̀ Yíbò, any of the ilẹ̀ Yíbò kó wá sọ fún wa kó òun gbé. Ẹ wò kó tiẹ̀ kọ̀ jẹ́ kó kàn gbé for fun. Wọn nígbà kò ní gba fọ́ọ̀mù. Why are we so daft in Yorùbá land? kí ló dé tọ́tẹ̀ fẹ́ bá tiwa jẹ́ táà aláwọ̀ yíbò láti máa ṣe gbogbo jáde. Desmond Elliot ẹ̀ẹ̀kẹta tó ti lọ sí house ni kò dẹ́ sọmọ Yorùbá ó gbólúṣọlá sí torí pé ó fẹ́ gbàpótì ẹ̀ẹ̀kẹta tó máa wà lọ́sọ̀rọ̀ assembly Yorùbá ní Lagos State. Desmond Olúṣọlá Elliot ó yọ fún Olúṣọlá sí kò máa gbàpótì ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ni ni wọ́n jù ú lọ ó ti dọ̀tá wọn sìn gbogbo wọn ti dọ̀tá ẹ̀ ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yàkàyàkà wọn àwọn yíbò ti fò sí lẹ́yìn ó ti ń fi rẹ̀ hàn gan pé yíbò lòún sìn. Desmond nonsense. Go and check. The facts are there. Yorubas, our to do not too much. 70 years old man o, Yoruba. Africa wake up. Ẹ máa gbọ́ kọ́mẹ́ǹtì táwọn èèyàn kọ. Ìkànnì the inevitable confrontation is coming. A battle Yoruba must fight to safeguard their children's future. Ó kọ sí kọ́mẹ́ǹtì yẹn. The inevitable confrontation is coming. A battle Yoruba must fight to safeguard their children's future. Kò tí tán. Ìkan sọ pé they are not visitors in Lagos. Ọba Ojoto, do they have the word Ọba in Igbo language? The battle line is drawn. Ìkan sọ pé the lion is sleeping and the goat wants to wake him up. The gentility of a tiger does not mean it is a sheep. What you can afford people to do to you in your state, that's what you should do to others. Àwọn Yorùbá ló ń fẹ́ ìrònú wọ̀nyí o. No Igbo man or woman will represent Yoruba people in any Yoruba land anymore. We are waiting for them. If they fail to accept this fact, we shall take the battle to them. Who are those that will fight the battle? Who are those that will fight the battle? Ṣáwọn tá a so tọrọ fún tán fẹ́ gbọ́ lọ fẹ́ fáìn lọ fẹ́ fight the battle. Ṣáwọn tá a so tọrọ fún tán mú wa lọ́tà tá a wake wọn up from their slumber yet they said we should allow them to sleep. Ti Igbo la ṣe sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ sìn wọ́n pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bìbà màá tún fún wa níbi tẹ́lẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ wà worst títí mo fẹ́ fún wa ìyẹn worst. Eléyìí jẹ́ Chidinma yẹn sọ pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ Òṣòdì sọ̀lọ̀ ẹ wá gbọ́ tuntun. Chidinma yẹn sọ pé Igbos owns Òṣòdì sọ̀lọ̀ local government and we will keep ruling there for life and Yoruba wey put body go kpai for nothing. Ṣé gbọ́? Igbos own Òṣòdì sọ̀lọ̀ local government and we will keep ruling there. Any Yoruba wey put body go kpai for nothing. We will re-elect our House of Reps member and assassinate any Yoruba candidate we see. Ó wá bá candidate tó gbá kò sí against Yíbò yẹn máa dárúkọ Yíbò yẹn láìpẹ́ yìí. Ó ní Báyọ̀ Ìsọ̀lọ̀ will be your burial ground, mark this. Báyọ̀ ni ẹni tó gbá kò tí against Yíbò wọn tó wà House of Reps sí ìjẹ́ Òṣòdì sọ̀lọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Yíbò ló represent wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ House of Reps. Ó dẹ̀ pa ìtú méje tọ́dẹ̀ ń pa fún ẹranko nínú igbó nínú èèyàn mẹ́wàá tó sponsor lọ sí abroad ó mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fi Yorùbá kan sí ó sponsor Yíbò 9. Wọ́n wá attack ẹ̀ sí ó wá sọ fún wọn pé Yíbò ló pọ̀ ní constituency òun ní Òṣòdì sọ̀lọ̀ Yíbò ló kún gbogbo bẹ̀ ló ti jẹ́ Yíbò 9 Yorùbá kan ṣo. Ó ní most of my constituency there is no Yorùbá lóṣòdì sọ̀lọ̀ kò sí Yorùbá mbẹ. I will read it out. Eléyìí sọ pé n tó kọ sí kọ́mẹ̀ntì tí Yíbò Chidinma yẹn kọ nìyí o. Eléyìí ní imagine if by anything at all these people are going too far. Anyways, let's be watching. Comment àkọ́kọ́. Comment ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì. It is not possible to rule out animalistic tendencies in every tribe or race. Barbarians exist in every tribe. This is one of the worst among the Igbos. Eléyìí tó sọ pé you guys are crazy. Why are you behaving like animals? is it possible for us the Yorubas to claim Enugu or Owerri? You guys are not serious. Ẹgbọ́n ṣẹjọ́ wọn ni. Nígbà tí wọ́n attack Igbo yẹn, mo screenshot èsì tó fi mí báyìí. Ó ní Yorubas are minorities in my constituency, but I will consider them a next empowerment. Oshodi Solo representative who hails from southeast. Èsì tó fún wọn nìyẹn o. Because àwọn èèyàn attack ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ bá mi wá orúkọ Oshodi Solo southeast representative yẹn. Àwọn èèyàn attack ẹ̀ pé ó fún ọmọ Yorùbá ní just one slot. Ó dẹ̀ fún ọmọ Igbo ní 9 slot ní Lagos state. Ẹ sà ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ yóò rújú. This is Igbo, and that is exactly what they're going to do when anytime they have the opportunity to get that mount, to mount the mantle of leadership. Yoruba will be forgotten for life. You are just wasting your time. You are wasting the future of your children. Òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ today, I will say it out now as it is, because mi ò kí ẹ mọ̀. Me care, I will say the truth. Kódà kó ṣe yan 200 lówó fídíò tí mo ṣe, I'm okay by it. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ̀ bọ́ mi, Ọlọ́run ló bọ́ mi. I will stand by the truth. Mo ṣe gbà wípé nǹkan ní 90% àwọn tó ń pariwo pé Yorùbá afẹ́ pín afẹ́ dá tẹ́ bá dá tẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ dá lónìí. Òkè kí ló ń jẹ́? Òkè jo onú akálùsí. Ṣẹ́gbẹ́ ní represent Oṣòdì Sọ̀lọ̀ orúkọ ẹ̀lẹ́wọ̀ ẹ̀. Òkè jo onú akálùsí. Why wouldn't it happen? Ṣebí Yorùbá gbé àpótí against ẹ̀? Ṣé ọmọ Yorùbá vóòtì fún Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ wọn ni? Ṣé wọ́n vóòtì fún ẹgbẹ́ wọn ni? Ṣebí Igbo ló tẹ̀lé gbà ẹ̀ 2023? Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ṣọ́ra òkè dúkọ́ alúsí àbí kí ló ń jà tó padà wọlé ìgbé kí ló kàn? Ẹbí Yorùbá support Obi ẹ máa support ẹni ṣó. Akọ̀yà ilẹ́nu pé tóbi bá débẹ̀, you forget about you people that are supporting him. Ẹ túbọ̀ máa ṣe trade Tinubu sí dáadáa. 18 very well. 18 very very well. Ẹ wo combination Obi pẹ̀lú Kwankwaso yìí. Ó jọ combination Nnamdi Azikiwe àti Tafawa Balewa àjọ kìíní àná kò yàtọ̀. Tó jọ nìyẹn. Yorùbá the betrayer. Nnamdi Azikiwe wọ́n jọ sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́nu pẹ̀lú Awólọ́wọ̀. Ìyẹn ní òde òun dẹ̀ ti gbẹ̀yìn ó ti lọ bá Tafawa Balewa. The same thing is happening now. Ojú ta mí fẹ́yìn Yorùbá o. Future àwọn ọmọ yín lẹ fi ṣeré tẹ́bà mọ́. Pàápàá jùlọ èyí tẹ́ wá ń lo òyìnbó tẹ́ sọ́pọ̀tì àbúrú tó lọ Nàìjíríà. Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ lọ́mú ẹ lọ́wọ́ bí Igbo. Wholeheartedly ni wọ́n sọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọdọ́ àwọn kan wà torí wọ́n pé o. Káwọn ti ya ríra pé náà bí yóò wọ ọ̀tẹ̀. Tinubu for 2031 àwọn kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ọmọ Igbo tán ti. But very smaller percentage. 97% of them are with Obi kíákíá. Wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní change mind, wọ́n ti wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ pàṣẹ. Yorùbá ní ìmọ̀rú ẹ̀dá tó lọ dà wá. Àmì torí ẹ̀ la ṣe ń retrogress pẹ̀lú bó bá ṣe kàwé tó. Ẹ wo bí Fúlàní ṣe mú wa bí ọ̀bọ. Ẹ lọ wo àwọn tó nínú gbogbo list àwọn tó rúlu wa Nàìjíríà. Ẹ wo fídíò tá a fi wọlé. Ṣé gbọ́ kan tó wọ́n sọ wọ́n láwọn làwọn rúlu wa jù. Wọ́n attack ara wọn sìn àwọn northerners. Ta ló yẹ kó rú Nàìjíríà jù bí kì í ṣe Yorùbá? Because our well educated free education yẹn jẹ́ ká kàwé ó jẹ́ kójú wa là nígbà ojú wa là nǹkan kí la fi ṣe ọ̀tẹ̀ àti tẹ̀bẹ̀lẹ̀kún ní òjá délẹ̀ lè rí. Ó ní òjá jẹ́ nǹkan kan ní òjá dín nǹkan kan ní Yorùbá. Torí àjẹbánu tá a jẹ́ sìn a fẹ́ràn ká máa jẹ future àwọn ọmọ mọ́mọ́. Kò sí tó kàn wá. Ìgbà àdàrú sèse àníkàwá ti rí jẹ́ àwa kan dẹ̀ sọ pé àṣewú ẹ̀ àwọn òkè ẹ̀ lórí nísìn future wa la kí ẹ̀ fún gbogbo propaganda tó ń tà fún yín tẹ̀ ń gbà Tinubu bá yín jẹ́ tó ń ba Nàìjíríà jẹ́ tó ní àwọn èèyàn lára ìjọba búbù ìjọba àgbàdo ìjọba ráìsì èyí oríṣiríṣi náà fún. The man said let me revive Nigeria. Gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní propaganda tó ń lókèrè they are all elites. Àwọn tó ń jẹ Nàìjíríà làwọn tó ń wà nídìí ẹ̀ tó ń dẹ̀ ní owó tó fi sponsor. Remove that man ó ní wá lára jù ó yẹ jẹ́ ká kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ fún wa tí Tinubu fi dẹni àbùkù tó fi dẹni ẹ̀tẹ̀ tó fi dẹni tó fẹ́ tó sáfẹ́ kókó ń bẹ́ at all cost. Why are they ganging up against him? And what causes that your hatred to him? Me o, I'm free to speak now. Mi bẹ̀rù láti sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ mo máa ń kó dára mi fẹ́ kí bí àwọn fáǹsì bínú bínú sí ẹ ló ń kẹ wàhálà ẹ̀mí ń kí ẹ bínú pa. I am with Tinubu and I will stand by him. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ kó máa ṣe kí ni inshallah ó máa win 2027 ẹ̀ ń parọ́ ni ojú ibà ẹ̀ máa lálẹ̀ ẹ pariwo kó tún jí Gbogbo torí orin wọn nìyẹn nígbà tó bá rí iná tán wá ló tún ti jí Gbogbo o níbi táwọn wà nígbà tó jíbò yẹn gbé ní ìmọ̀ bóyá sùn ni bóyá lóògùn o bóyá dẹ̀ hypnotize wọn ni I wouldn't know. The battle to break Tinubu, Nigeria's political and economic chess master. But actually, the battle to break Tinubu, Nigeria's political and economical chess master. Let's not pretend anymore. If you don't pretend anymore, there is a powerful undercurrent in Nigerian political waters today, and it's flowing fiercely against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What's happening isn't just the usual political noise. Only reason. What are the reasons? It's a careful and orchestrated campaign by a group of powerful interests who feel threatened, not just politically, but economically and historically. And the reasons they want Tinubu out of power at all costs go deeper than most people realize. This whole struggle didn't start today. To understand what's happening now, we must go back to a conversation between Professor Omomorui and General Ibrahim Babangida, a conversation that sheds raw light on how deep the northern establishment fear of southern leadership runs. Àwọn northern àni àǹkà yìí o Igbo tí wọ́n yẹn ti kọjá òkú ti north àní méjèèjì àti Igbo àti north ni wọ́n against wa Yorùbá wà láàrin àtúnwá láwọn tán ti kúkú brain wọn tán ti ń jẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nítorí owó nítorí ipò torí ẹ̀sìn torí oríṣiríṣi propaganda kan kúkú fún wọn. Those supporting don't like him àwọn náà wà support ẹ̀ wọ́n like ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin kọ́ làkọ̀ọ́kọ́ ẹsẹ̀ Akíntọ́lá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló wá mú bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló mú bọ̀ ẹ̀tẹ́ àti àbùkù ló mú bọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kà lọ. Not necessarily the southern leadership runs. That conversation documented in Omoruyi's book, The Tale of June 12, reveals a mindset that is both old and dangerously persistent. At the heart of that discussion was a message from the Sultan of Sokoto. He warned General Babangida that allowing the elections of Chief MK Abiola, a Yoruba man and fellow Muslim, would undergo the gains the Northern had made since independence in 1960. Imagine that, even though MKO was well linked and not seen as a threat in personal terms, his ethnic identity alone made him unacceptable to Northern power brokers. The Sultan made it clear that the North could not afford a Yoruba presidency. He believed it would shift the balance of power and allow the Southwest to reverse decades of Northern dominance. Of which is happening now. Màá tún jẹ́ ayé sí pé wọ́n tún ti fẹ́ kọ́ another refinery sílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ondo state náà ti fẹ́ kọ́ sí báyìí. Tinubu tún ti approve ẹ̀. Ó tún ti approve ẹ̀. Another refinery nílẹ̀ Yorùbá èdè. You are going to learn very hard in a very hard way. Ẹ jẹ́ wá bá a lọ. If it was a disturbing statement. Okay. According to the account of Professor Omomorui, message was sent to Babangida. The June 12 election must not go forward, and Babangida, in a moment of candor, told Omori that Yoruba people believes as if Nigeria cannot move forward without them, adding that the Igbo should teach them a lesson. It was a disturbing statement, but it revealed the hidden bitterness and competition that have plunged Nigeria's leadership structure for years. It also showed how much fear and hatred of southern ascendancy still exists behind the closed doors. What played out in 1993 is so no different from what we are seeing today. The same fear, the same depressions, the same tactics. President Tinubu has become a symbol of what the northern elites fear most. A southern leader who is independent, bold, and difficult to control. Tinubu is not Obasanjo, who was handpicked and trusted by the same establishment to protect their interests. Unlike Obasanjo, who once ruled as a military head of state and was widely seen as someone who would play ball, Tinubu came through the hard way. He built his political machinery from the ground up, led the oppositions for years, and earned his victory through grit, strategy, and the power of the people. And now that he is in power, he is not dancing to their tune. That's the real problem. What has Tinubu done that is shaking the foundations of this powerful interest? Is disrupting their long-standing economic privileges. He removed of the petrol subsidy alone, cut off a major pipeline of wealth for many of them who had benefited for years without any accountability. Oil bunkering, illegal mining, black market foreign exchange deals, non-payment of taxes, and outright stealing of public funds in public service without questioning were part of the economic lifestyle of northern elites. These acts weren't just tolerated, they were part of an entrenched system of plundering Nigeria. Tinubu reforms are exposing that system and trying to shut it down. And the reforms, though tough, are not without purpose. They are aimed at building a stronger economy, reducing waste, and making the country work for everyone. Not just a privileged few, but those who are fed fat on the nation's commonwealth for decades see it different. To them, Tinubu's policies are not reforms, they are threats. They see every policy as a move to dismantle their empire, and they cannot take it. So what are they doing now? They are regrouping coalition. They are calling on their best 11 political heavyweights, media propagandists, religious leaders, and ethnic champions. They are aligning with angry politicians, including those from the south who lost out in the last election. They are funding protests, sponsoring misinformation, and sowing discontent. They are trying to present Tinubu's government as a failure, not because he has failed, but because they are desperate to make the people turn against him. This playbook is not new. It's the same strategy they used against former President Goodluck Jonathan. Remember how they resisted every effort to transmit power to him after the death of President Yar'Adua. How they labeled him incompetent, weak, and clueless. They made the country ungovernable and pushed him out using every conventional and unconventional method at their disposal. Now, they want to repeat the same script, only this time the target is Tinubu. But Nigeria must ask themselves, is this really about Tinubu, or is it really about a group of people trying to protect their unchecked access to power and wealth? The bitter truth is this: if we allow these forces to succeed, Nigeria will return to the same cycle of backwardness we've been trying to break since independence. The whole system will come back stronger, bolder, and more ruthless. The same forces that have looted our resources, underdeveloped our regions, and use religion and ethnicity to divide us will be back in control. All the efforts to create a fair and just Nigeria will be wasted. No one is saying President Tinubu has done everything perfectly. No leader ever does. But what he represents is a turning point in Nigeria political history. For the first time in a long while, the person at the top is not a puppet. He is not afraid to make hard decisions. He is not waiting for approval from a hidden cabal. He is trying to steer the country in a new direction, away from waste, corruption, and economic sabotage. And that is why they want him out at all costs. The fight against Tinubu is not just about politics. It is about power, privilege, and control. It is a battle between the old Nigeria and the new Nigeria. A battle between those who want change and those who want things to stay the same because they benefit from it. A battle between progress and sabotage. But this time, we must not let them win. We must see through the lies, the propaganda, and the distraction. We must recognize what is at stake, not just for Tinubu, but for all of us. If they succeed in removing him, they will also remove every hope for real change in this country. If they succeed, they will send a message that no southern leader who is not a puppet can ever survive in power. If they succeed, they will kill the dream of a balanced Nigeria, where leadership is based on merit, not manipulations. This is the moment of Nigeria to stand firm, not because Tinubu is perfect, but because Nigeria deserves a chance to be governed by someone who is not beholden to any hidden masters. We must support the reforms. We must endure the temporary pain for the promise of lasting gain. We must resist the attempts to throw the country back into chaos just to satisfy the greed of a few. Because if we allow them to remove Tinubu now, we are not just removing a president. We are removing our last chance at true national progress. Let's not betray our future. Let us stay the course. Let us protect the reforms. Let us defend the hope, because this is the time. The change must not be stopped. That's another write-up. Like, seriously. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà, picture yẹn la kó sọ, náà kó jọ síbi kan tá a kà jáde. The elite, the religious nepotism, the religious bigotry, the tribalism, cabals, just name it. They just want that man out at all costs. Why? Because it's bigger than them. It's too big for them. They can't control him. And when he wanted to win election, when he was vying for the election, he was doing like, Baba wey dey shake, the body, the hand dey shake, body dey shake. Baba wey no well, wey dey shout, èmi ló kàn, èmi ló kàn, èmi ló kàn, èmi ló kàn. Baba wey no well, wey dey shout, èmi ló kàn. But unfortunately, when the man got there, he got well, he got healed, he got treated. And he start biggerly. Before you know it, they hated him immediately. They don't want him to survive. And we that saw the truth, we shall stand by him, and he must survive. All hail to Jagaba. All hail to Yoruba land. A progressive mind. Look at him. He went to Germany. He brought Gbogbo Sunday go back to Nigeria. Máa bọ̀, wá gbèjà àwọn ọ̀ràn ẹ̀. Fulani, they were annoyed. Igbos, they were annoyed. Why? Because he has released Sunday go and on the ones missing. On the Gbogbo náà sí gbogbo wọn. Wọ́n ń gbé yẹn lọ. Ìjà ẹkùn àti ìlú ẹkùn. Ó yẹ kí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ papọ̀. Ìjà ẹkùn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí wọ́n sìn. They started hating him. Yoruba don't like him. Why? What has he done wrong? Ẹni méjì kò jáde kó wá sọ fún mi kan tí Tinubu ṣe. Ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn, òun ló máa kọ́ fi bí pa wá. Let me tell you, Austerity measures is all over the world. Inflation is all over the world. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, ṣé yẹ tẹ́ ra kan ní 10 years ago lẹ́ẹ̀rán sí? Ṣé yẹ tẹ́ ra kan ní 5 years ago, 2 years ago? Ṣé yẹ tẹ́ ra lẹ́ẹ̀rán sí? Fuel. Ṣé yẹ tẹ́ ra epo ní last year lẹ́ẹ̀rán sí? Why are you shouting Tinubu? Káàkiri ayé ni ẹ lọ preface America kó stop ìjà pẹ̀lú Iran. Yes, na Iran. Kó stop ìjà pẹ̀lú wọn tí kò wọ̀ bá nílọlẹ̀. We know the truth, but we refuse to believe the truth. They are just giving us shit. They are giving us propaganda, and we are eating it. Mi ò bu ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ látẹ̀lé lọ. Ẹni bá máa hate me, I'm ready. Hate me more. But one day, you will like me. But as at that time, you will have learned and learn in that way. I'm telling you the fact. Mi ìbẹ̀rù anybody. Ẹni bá ti mọ̀ pé etí ò dáa ló fẹ́ sọ fún mi, don't bother to call me. Don't call my number. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wà lórí ọwọ́ ọ̀tá. Mo hate bàbá Gbàgede torí pé ó support Tinubu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wà lórí ẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá pè mí, tó bá bá mi sọ nonsense máa lálé ẹ. Máa pè ẹ lọ́mọ, máa pè ẹ ní ọ̀tá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mi fẹ́ mọ age tẹ wà sá. Mi fẹ́ mọ age tẹ wà mà. If you call me, you say nonsense to me, you say nonsense about Tinubu, máa yàkàyàkà yín. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wà lórí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ló là káyè pé àfi ká pawọ́pọ̀ ká jọ gbé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dà nígbà tá a dá wà ẹ̀ mọ́ ń tarí torí ẹ̀ la ṣe dọ̀tá àwọn méjèèjì Igbo tó wa South tó wa South East tó wa North kò sí North kankan tó wa ní bílíọ̀nù àtà tó ń yá Nàìjíríà lówó ẹ wá ní kán láìkí wa wọ́n mọ̀ pé nǹkan wà nílẹ̀ wa wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ ẹ lọ́wọ́ wa ni àwa tó lọ́ wá fi dá àwa tó lọ ń da fún àwa tó lọ ń fún lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ we don't know àmọ́ yẹ àwa yẹn wọn la hate ara wa àwa yẹn la hate ìlú yẹn àwa yẹn la like ìran yẹn àwa yẹn la fẹ́ kí wọ́n gbà ìran yẹn lọ́wọ́ wa are we mad are we not okay are we with our senses at all wọ́n ti mobilize jọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sí Igbo yẹn ṣàṣọ pé dandan sẹ́ àfi káwọn gbé kò torí wọ́n mọ tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kò sí lábá wọn kò sí ní gbogbo abúlé wọn kiri ilẹ̀ Igbo Imo ò ní Enugu ò ní Anambra ò ní gbogbo wọn ò ní. So why are we wasting our time? We are lucky that we are Yorubas. That's the best race ọlọ́ndà nílẹ̀ Nigeria. We either take it or we leave it. Kọ́tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún wa lẹ́nu ní ẹ̀mí ìdí apologize láti sọ. I still stand by Tinubu and on his mandate I will stand. Ẹ jẹ́ n forí tẹ́ Haiti, ẹ jẹ́ n fi parí ẹ̀. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate I shall stand. Tinubu for life. So that one.
Gbàgede